Stadium in Knoxville, one of the great venues in all of college football and home to the Tennessee Volunteers. And this crowd knows that when the balls run through the tee, they are in for a show. This is the type of early season game you look forward to.
That's good. That's balanced. It should feel like both.
In a top 10 showdown. As we'll see the number 4 team in the country, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on the
I feel like too realistic can feel boring.
Volunteer. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Wolverines will boot it away to start the game.
Oh, my shit stopped to an error.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Sampson. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he
And then
floated
it
out
stopped.
of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15.
Like on my, I got a nah, I ain't got the game. I got I'm in a league game.
Ready to fire from the pistol. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
Well, you can see why Rocky Top is so excited about this guy. He's a home run waiting to happen. Not only can he run you over, but he can run around you too. This is an offense that doesn't only have to throw the football to win games. They can run it and they can get explosive plays because of this guy's speed and skill set.
Now on first down from the 28. The give to the back. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. From the gun, running back on the move. Still on his feet at the 45. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
And the balls will snap it on first and 10.
What soundtrack? For the game?
Use the play fake, now to throw. Makes the catch, it's Sampson. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline...
Yeah, it looked good.
Palmer,
When he was playing
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learned a lot in these types of games.
when he was playing
Conferences are better.
the little water,
We had a lot of answers.
he was going through the water like the water was splashing on the camera and shit. I was like, okay.
Conference, it's really imperative to get off to a good start in Big Ten play.
especially, Reese, since you're adding so much talent now to this conference. But yeah, year in and year out, you know the mainstays in this conference, but there's always some surprises, and I'll be interested to see how everybody starts off this season. Listen, this is your first opportunity, Palmer, in conference play, in a major conference, obviously in the Big Ten, to make your first statement.
And it's going to be taxing all season long for these players. Physically, obviously, you expect that in the Big Ten Conference. But now adding all those West Coast teams, these guys are going to be flying back and forth across the country a lot this year. They have to get off to a fast start today. That's what makes this game so critical.
Here's why this was so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple of squads that believe they could win it.
Yeah, it got online.
We've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like, now you get a chance to see who are the dudes on the squad. These are always fun early in the season, Jesse.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to find out what these teams are about because we've seen both teams beat up on weaker competition. We know they're both very...
Touchdown, Tennessee! A great catch and run for 6.
You
take advantage of tendencies when you set that opening script, and man, their film study showed up there.
I think the offensive coordinator, it's almost as if he knew what the defense was going to be playing. He knew the personnel. He knew the different looks and coverages and fronts that they were going to see. And that offense, they just chopped up yardage, moving down the field to score in that opening series.
Coming out with it, it's Stewart. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Unloads to the wideout. And they dialed up a shuttle play, but they couldn't hook up.
Yeah, you can tell the timing wasn't great, and quarterback and receiver not on the same page, but when you're going to miss, don't miss towards the DB. You definitely want to miss out towards the sideline so you don't get yourself in trouble.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. The sure hands, it's Morris. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Looking downfield, it's Orji. Looking down the middle. And that pass picked off. Trying to take it back.
Imagine my player fucking me up. That's crazy.
I tell you what, it puts you in a tough position when you're backed up inside your own 20 trying to come out. But when you're a defense and you can force a turnover and you already set your offense up in scoring position, they are going to be extremely happy, and that offensive coordinator is going to look extremely smart.
They'll try the run. Quick spin on the run. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
He just threw that one away. Nobody was getting open. He had to live to find another play in the red zone. It'll be third down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Catch in the middle. It's Splice. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
Fourth and short means I'm going for it nowadays. You see it all over college football. Everybody's using analytics and saying, I'm going to take my chances of going for it rather than punting. So great job by the defense, but you better get that next play ready.
Wide receiver shows motion. They're throwing for it on fourth down. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense.
That was stupid. That was dumb as fuck.
He had nowhere to go with the football. You could tell surveying.
I just did some dumb shit.
Somebody's got to get open to go make a play. Man, throw it up.
Trying to be extra.
You can't take a sack on fourth down. You got to give somebody an opportunity to make a play for you.
And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
That's what's crazy for real.
First down to start the drive after the break. He's going to pass. Looking to the big tight end.
Come on, we got to knock that out right there. I seen him throwing that, but
Finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
I just got in one. I got to get ready for 26. Yeah, they done dropped the trailer and everything.
Little touch pass to the receiver. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Quarterback keeps it. Jukes his way for more. Off he goes. He'll get that one.
That's garbage.
Down to the 4-yard line before he stopped. The Wolverines headed quickly to the line. DB's right up on the receivers.
Yeah, I have. With that crazy serial killer nigga.
They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Michigan.
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line. Understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone. Know I get 6, and then go celebrate.
Damn, I fucked that up. I could have.
And he tacks on the extra point. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. Fielded in the end zone. It's Sampson. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating.
Yeah, that's what I said. You wasn't in there. I said that nigga T gonna rob that nigga soon as he stepped down. Like,
No doubt, David.
hey, yo.
They got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
He'll ride his man on the option. Got enough for the first. He's loose. The 30. At the 20. Touchdown ball. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he's going to try to return this one. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 20. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Oh yeah, I seen that. Nigga on some wild shit.
Back to pass, it's Orji. He's going for it all. Fires into traffic, picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here.
What the hell?
Interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with this decision.
What that nigga be saying? What the Helen Keller? What the?
Here comes the offense onto the field again. Trying to find his man on first down. They're bringing heat. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On second down, he'll fire. Grabbed over the middle. It's Sampson. At the 20, he's got space. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Just causing wreckage in the secondary. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Volunteer!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Bringing it out. Nice job executing all of the
Let me see.
Put a stop to that return at the 22. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. The give on the inside. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you square your prominent. He's off to the races, and he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down.
Well, they're setting the tone early in this game. Fourth down in their own end. They go for it on the ground, and they pick it up.
They want to set the tone. They want to establish that they think their offense is unstoppable and that they're willing to do anything to keep the football.
You're exactly right, Reese. They are sending a very clear message to this defense. We're going to run the football. We don't care what you do, but you are not going to stop us.
And the Wolverines will line it up on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Moves away as he feels pressure. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to him.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Let's see if they go back to the air on 2nd down. Davis looking to pass. Going for the big play.
That's some bullshit right there.
Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
Nah. My nigga should have cut under, but he didn't.
Disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He just never got started going forward. A huge loss of 8 on the play.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
It's still 3rd and goal. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Feeling some heat. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. And they make the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half.
Well, that's the danger about being in a 3rd and long situation. You've got to push the football downfield. The defense is expecting it. So they've got guys in the back end with their eyes on the QB. They're able to make the interception. This offense is going to have to do a better job generating better plays early in drives moving forward.
And he's brought down after a nice game. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple.
Nah. That perk ain't whipping on you.
Coming before halftime. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Volunteers will kick it off to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Stewart.
Sit your ass down, big dog.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Not hard to figure out why they trail to start this 3rd quarter. 3 first-half turnovers.
So if you're on offense, let's just stay out of our way and find out what happens here in the second half. We're not even giving ourselves a chance because we keep turning the football over. If we can do that, we've got a chance to come back in this game.
I think it's a crazy balance between being really aggressive in the second half and finding ways to make plays, but also not shoot ourselves in the foot, right? Like, they didn't live well on that in the first half. Let's see if they can be a little bit more aggressive while still taking care of the football.
They'll line up for a second down play. Davis will throw. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. Fires the pass, intercepted. Well, they didn't let him get loose for a big return, but he still made the big play, and they'll take over at the 17.
That's a bit of a gut punch if you're the offense because you went in at halftime, you made your adjustments, you're feeling good about your game plan coming here in the second half, and right away you throw an interception to the defense.
Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Looking for room. It's Sampson. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And it's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Lets it go to the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Man, these windows get tighter down here in the red zone, and those catches are a little bit more contested, more people near you, and it gets a little bit more difficult. But you need your players to step up for your QB and make big plays. I think he's going to look back and say, I should have made that play.
Bruh.
Another incompletion on third down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
We got to make that pass.
Now the lead is extended a little further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Clemson had an impressive showing there in Death Valley, winning this one by double digits, although it felt like it could have been more. Somewhere even Trevor Lawrence is impressed with this one. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Picks his way and gets 4 out to the 27. The Wolverines are in the hurry-up. They'll leave it with him. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Davis looking to pass. He's going to let one fly down the middle. He holds it in, and nobody's close. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Wolverines.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Touchdown time in Tennessee. Things have been clicking along nicely, Jesse, but they have to make sure they keep it up.
Yeah, they got to wake up. It seems like they've been a bit lackadaisical here the last few drives, maybe as we've seen this lead dwindle a little bit, David. So they need a bit of a spark here to get that mojo.
Yeah, and you always have the adjustments, and then your opponent adjusts, and now they got to readjust now because this game's getting a little bit tighter than they like.
First down, 10 yards to go. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Hit as he throws. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, and I'll give him toughness points. He stood in there, stared down the barrel, got whacked, but I won't give him smarts points because he threw into double coverage. You got to make a better decision than that. So try not to get walloped, and definitely don't throw up into double coverage.
On 3rd down, going up top. The sweet feet buy a little time. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48.
Well, he was rolling to his right, and because of that, I don't know if it affected the timing between him and his wide receiver. They just weren't on the same page on that one as the defense comes away with the INT.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Makes a connection. Speeding down the left side. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Michigan. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. I mean, sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
He'll bring it out. It's Sampson. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Fires to the wideout. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
And you knew he was going to take a step back because you can't throw the ball for over 80% a season. Like, that's ridiculous. Last week he was on fire, but this week, man, he's freezing cold. And he's got to find something to get this offense going. But right now, just off target. Somebody needs to step up, make a play, and maybe get a spark for this offense.
Got his man downfield. Love to see these third down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line.
Defenses throughout the week study every third down situation. You got to be ready for what they do, how they do it, and then be able to adjust. Great job by the offense so far having success.
The Vols with the 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. And the defense gets to the quarterback. Fast, physical, and disruptive. Michigan has a rich and storied history of guys up front who can make life miserable for a quarterback.
Just dudes. I mean, guys that win matchups. Guys that you know if it's going to be a pass rush on the outside, one-on-one.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. And there he is again, another sack, channeling his inner Aiden Hutchinson against Penn State.
And that is high praise when you start comparing somebody to Aiden Hutchinson. Michigan, year after year, they find these dudes.
He's taking the shot. Into double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted. He goes out of bounds, but he creates the turnover and a great opportunity for his offense. They'll start this drive and snap it from the 40. They'll give it to the back. Oh, gave the defender the business. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Fast motion from the offense. Davis will throw. Looking to the big tight end. And they took a shot on that one but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
I like quarterbacks that are being aggressive, but moving forward, if your guy's not open downfield, it's okay just to check it down to a tight end or a running back and take the profit.
The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. blitz on third down. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down. And the Wolverines come to the line in the hurry-up.
And they just kind of sneaked that one in there as a defensive guy, 3rd and 5+. I'm thinking pass. They were thinking pass, Palmer, and they slipped the run.
And it's so nice then to have this guy at running back too, right? Because you can throw it to him on third down or hand it off. And he's got the vision and the athleticism to go pick up that first, keep the drive going.
The Wolverines are rolling down the field. Takes the handoff. It's Edwards. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. First down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and force a tackle for a loss.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. They've been running it, but now the pass. Got it in the middle. It's Loveland. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
I don't know who on defense is going to cover this guy. Honestly, he could be a problem for this defense over the middle of the field in the passing game.
From the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They try to pop a run on the draw. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Last play didn't go well. It leaves him with 2nd and 11. Davis looking to pass. Steps away. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nor the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
From the gun, the ground game. And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the first down, but you've set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
All the plays, all the plans, all the schemes, and it will be decided on this kick. It is perfect. And here in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Sampson. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. He wants to throw. Quickly complete. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on 1st down. They go to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You see all this movement in football now, all the stemming, the defensive line, they're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield, and make this life hard on this running back.
Throws for the tight end. And it's intercepted. Oh, what a big play in a tie game. After making the pick, he took it the other way, and he's dragged down at the 19.
It's the plays like that that are going to end up defining and deciding this game, right? It's tight. Tie game, fourth quarter. Someone is going to step up and make a game-changing play, and the defender did right there.
Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. This crowd knows when to bring it. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
It's all tied up. This offensive line, they want the pressure. They want everything to go through them here. They're saying, look, let's just run the ball. Let's get this thing down closer and closer to the goal line. Let's bleed some clock and put ourselves in a position to win.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. He'll keep it himself. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the 1st down, and he slides in safely.
Ooh, I like that option play. I'd keep running that too because it's obvious. The defense right now is really keying in on this running back. That was a big point of emphasis for them all week long in practice, and it's opening up holes now for the quarterback to run.
What a finish we have unfolding here. The offense in the waning moments and a chance to take the lead. They'll run it on 1st and goal. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Tries again to get it in. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
All right, no secrets with this offense. We're going to keep running the football. Let that clock tick. Keep 2 hands on the football. And then where does my kicker like to kick it the most? You see some people like it from the right hash or the left hash. Some people like it in the middle. Run the clock. Get my kicker in the position he wants to be in. Try to kick the field goal with the least amount of time as possible.
And the field goal unit is on the field. And it all comes down to this. Make or miss, win or lose. Between the uprights, it's good. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. That's the entire scenario you build up in your head in the backyard. Final drive, everything on the line, and you get the W.
So dang cool. How many times did you do it in your backyard just like that, like you're talking about, Reese? Making the play to win the game on the final drive when your team needed it the most, Jesse. Just coming through in the clutch.
Yeah, as players, you love this, and that's why you rep it in practice throughout the week, these 2-minute type situations late in games. What are you going to dial up? What can you go execute? What can you lean on in order to get the W here? Great job by the offense.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
Alright, Ferg, let me get off this bitch, gangy. I'ma fuck with you, brother. For sure.